Hey y'all, so kind of yellow. I'm sorry, it's my lights. I need to change them in here. But anyways, I'm not feeling very well. I've been really dizzy all morning, having difficulty breathing, a little bit nauseous, really fatigued. So I called the doctor the after hours, and they recommended that I head over to L&D. I haven't yet scheduled, sorry, that's my stomach. I haven't yet scheduled my iron infusions that I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't know if they're going to give it to me at L&D or not, but we shall see. I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm gonna pass out and black out. So let's go. Hubby's gonna drive me and drop me off so that he can stay with the kiddos. Okay. So I ended up getting like dizzy and blacking out. So definitely was a good idea to head to the ER. Y'all, so I have been in the emergency room, I want to say for about 3 or 4 hours now. It's 5:30. I think I've been here since 2:30, so 3 hours now. I'm finally back in my own room. One thing that I do appreciate about this emergency room is that like they give you a bag of IV fluids, they start your fluids, they give you they start your IV, they give you a bag of IV fluids. Sorry, I'm still out of it. They draw your blood. If you need any type of like respiratory treatment or anything like that, like they automatically do that. You don't have to wait on that. So that kind of stuff is kind of cool before you even get to the back. And so when you get to the back, you're pretty much just waiting on the doctor to like review and like give orders or discharge you or, you know, figure out what they're going to do with you. So I've already gotten back my blood work. Shocker, I'm anemic. Still the same. So I'm just waiting on the doctor to see what they want to do. I don't know if they want to do an iron infusion here or if they want me to still wait on the clinic. I've already gotten a bag of fluids and I'm still pretty dizzy, but the brain fog has like stopped. Like I was so foggy when I got here. They were asking me questions and I couldn't really like answer the questions. Like I have to like find it from a faraway place. So that was kind of like scary. So I didn't know that that was something that could be attributed to the anemia, is like brain fog. And so I am just like trying to rest while I'm back here, edit some videos on my phone because I don't stop working. But I'm laying down, so that's good. Yeah, hubby's home with the kiddos, waiting for me to give him a call, and then he'll come pick me up with them. I'm just, honestly, at this point, I'm just like, I just want to get that infusion here and be done with it. So we shall see. All right, so the doctor just came in and assessed me, and I don't think I'm getting an infusion, an iron infusion in here. They said they don't do that in the emergency room because that's not an emergency situation. They say that is more of a, sorry, the TV's on. They said that is more of a like non-emergency. So if it was emergency, they would do a blood transfusion. So I'm pretty sure that he is going to just discharge me, and I have to follow back up with the doctor. I'm still dizzy. Still don't feel good. So I don't know. I don't know what else to do at this point except call my doctor first thing Monday morning and first thing tomorrow morning and see if I could get in that same day to get a transfusion, or to get an infusion, not a transfusion, an infusion. All right, so I'm waiting on discharge paperwork to get out of here, but I'm also getting another half a bag of IV fluids, so because he thinks that I might also be dehydrated, so they're gonna do just a half a bag of IV fluids. And then tomorrow's Monday, so I'll be giving my OB a call to get my iron treatment ASAP. But that's going in. IV fluids are so uncomfortable. Like, they're cold. They're cold and like just not the most comfortable thing. And I haven't had one in 3 years, so I kind of forgot how uncomfortable they are. But I'm constantly, for those of you who don't do IV fluid, or it's your first IV fluids or something, as a nurse, I'm constantly watching my site. So this is your site. I'm constantly watching it to make sure that it's not like infiltrated. It's like the worst thing you can have is like fluids leaking in your like tissues rather than going in the vein. So I'm constantly watching it. I'm like, it better be good, better be good. Anyways, yeah, thank you for keeping me company as I like spend the day in the emergency room. The next day, I felt a little bit better with all the hydration, but then 2 days later, I finally got my orders in to be able to go get my iron infusion. And yes, that is the color of the iron. I was so nervous. I was like, it's supposed to be that color. And she's like, yes, that is the color. So I was very happy to have it done. All right, so sorry, I'm just brushing my teeth. Yesterday was the first IV iron infusion, and it hurt. It hurt going in. I don't know if it's just been a while since I've had iron, or no, since I've had an IV, but both IVs that I've received have like hurt. One of them was just fluids, but this one was the iron, and the iron hurt worse than the fluids. Like, it like, how do I explain it? Like, is uncomfortable, and it's cold, and it's tight. It gets tight as the fluid goes in there and stuff. It's just been a really long time since I've had an IV, and I've forgotten just how uncomfortable they are, which makes me not excited to have an IV when I'm giving birth, because I'm a VBAC, so I have to have an IV while I'm giving birth. So I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to try to stay home as long as possible before I go to the hospital. But anyways, all of that to say, it was uncomfortable. It wasn't like excruciatingly painful, but it was quick. The actual infusion part was only about 30 minutes. And so once I'm done, then they check my blood pressure, and then after that they check my blood pressure 30 minutes after that. So once it's immediately done, they check my blood pressure. 30 minutes after that, they check my blood pressure again. And so I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you. The mirror is right behind the camera. So they checked my blood pressure. Everything was good. So the whole thing was about an hour, which is not that bad at all. I have to get 4 more infusions in the next 14 days, within the next 14 days. So that's how they do it. They do 5 infusions in 14 days. But, well, before I go to that, immediately after, maybe about 30 minutes after I left, I was feeling kind of nauseous. It was almost like I could taste the iron in my mouth, because I take iron supplements, obviously, and it kind of tasted like the iron supplements were in my mouth. And I was kind of just, ooh, like I could, just feeling a little nauseous with that. But by the evening, I had so much energy. Like, it's the first night that I stayed up till like 10 o'clock without yawning, without being exhausted, without like usually by like 7 o'clock, I'm done. I need to go to bed. Like, so I don't know if it's like the placebo effect where it's like, oh, you've had iron, you're gonna have energy now, you know? So I don't know if that's the situation or if it's actually helped within a couple of hours. But I was able to stay up till like 11 o'clock last night without any issues, because I needed to stay up. I don't recommend staying up till 11, but I needed to stay up, and I was able to without being tired like at all. Like, I wasn't tired. Even when it was time to go to bed, I wasn't exhausted, I should say. I was ready for bed, and I just closed my eyes and went to bed. Now, usually, if I ever force myself to stay up, like when I go to Bible study or whatever, or book club or something like that, and I force myself to stay up, I usually cannot function the next morning. Like, I need to get like a solid 8 hours of sleep. But this morning, after going to bed at 11 now, my alarm went off at 5 and I was able to get up, which is crazy. That is literally insane, because I am like, I can't remember the last time I was able to function on 6 hours of sleep. Like, I've had to get at least 8 hours ever since I've been pregnant, and minimum 8 hours, but like 9, closer to like 9 for me to not feel tired. After 8 hours, I still wake up feeling tired. So that was such a blessing to wake up this morning and not feel too tired, not feel tired at all, actually feel rested. So I don't know if it's just like, a lot of times, one of the things that I've been hearing about the iron infusion is, oh, once you get it, you're gonna have so much energy. You know, once you get it, you're gonna have so much energy. So a lot of times what happens with that is people hear that stuff and they naturally do the thing that they like expect it to happen. So I'm not sure if it's just me tricking myself. You know, I'm supposed to have energy now, so here's the energy that I'm supposed to have. So I don't know if that's what it is, or if it's actually the infusions, but I feel good this morning. I felt good last night. And I'm hoping with more infusions that it just gets better, because this last trimester, I'm gonna need some energy. So stay tuned for the next upcoming videos coming up in a couple of days. I'm gonna give you a Kansas update plus another video coming up next week talking about a huge life change that we are going through right now, that I need all the energy that I can muster for that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for going with me to the hospital and going with me to the infusion clinic and keeping me company. I'm so happy to be feeling better, and I'm so grateful, and I just thank God that it was a simple solution and nothing crazy. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye y'all.